Hi guys, what I want to speak to you today about is a way to help content creators who are trying to decide what their next product should be. There's two schools of thought when you create content. One is that you should produce the stuff that people are buying the most frequently, and the other is that you should produce unique content so you're not in competition with millions of other people. So, for example, on Poser or Daz, any female stuff, attractive looking women, kink, always very, very, very popular because basically it seems to me that 85% of the market is male and they shop with their libido, not with any other part of their body, basically. So one could say that products like this, which are just basically low-level porn, I guess, sell very well. So it's in your interest to create products like this because that's where the greatest market is. But I would argue that if you're making stuff like this, you're competing against everybody else who's making stuff like this, which seems to be 80% of the entire maker community, vendor community. So let's just go to Marketplace and see what's new. So I'm at Renderosity, and if I do new Poser products, let's just see what the latest stuff is. Okay, so plain camouflage. Okay, so how much of this is female? Okay, perhaps I overestimated. There's a fair bit of female stuff, but by no means 50%. Maybe 25%, and then everything else is original content aimed at different people. So you could say that these people have all created for what they perceived was a niche. Now, if they're anything like me, I tend to create content that interests me, and then I turn that into products that other people can use. And looking at these, I can't believe that this guy, Bitter Miasma, looked at the market and thought what they desperately need is smoking, a smoking set. Let's have a look at this. I'm not saying it's not a great product. I'm not saying it's not something useful, but I'm going to bet that he for his own use, he decided to make cigars or cigarettes, and then he just sort of might as well, or marijuana cigarettes, and he just thought to himself, okay, look, I might as well expand this idea out and then make it commercial, and it appears to me to be a very reasonably priced product. So this guy or female presumably made something that interested him first, but what I want to point you at are some of the details on these pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Marketplace and I'm going to do best selling. Now, this seems to me to be, well, on one hand, it's quite useful, and on the other hand, it's really poorly organized. Now, what you need to know about this best selling is because it's not organized by what sells the best, which sounds like the bare minimum of what you would require. So it says sort by best selling, but there's no way that this is the best selling list in order of what are sold the best of all time. In actual fact, if I look at this, let me see when this was created. This was created May the 14th. So if I look at the next thing, May the 14th. So this is it's not even best selling by date in actual fact. I don't know what the criteria is, because if it's best selling, it should be the best selling on any given day or the best selling of the month. You know, having a best selling list which is based on the last 10 minutes is kind of not very useful. But anyway, let's have a look at this smoking pack. So this page provides us a bunch of useful bits of information. This number here is the number of people who are following this creator. This is the number of total views of all of their products. So that's almost none whatsoever. And then the number of people who have given a like having bought the product. Now, if we go down here, we've got the number of views of this product. So that's 175 people who viewed it and then 5 thumbs up. So I think the thumbs up number is probably more useful than the number of views, because the number of views shows the number of people who had an interest, but not the number of interested people that were converted into a purchase. You know, there are a lot of things that people have an interest in, but maybe they think it's too expensive. Not in this case, it's very reasonably priced. But this number here, thumbs up, I mean, again, it by no means tells you how many people purchased it. They really ought to do a column here which says number of sales. I guess they don't do it because they don't want to reveal the income that this person is making. They might consider that personal, but I would find that very useful as a content creator. And this is something that I've often thought, that it's actually not in Renderosity's interests to let you know how popular certain products are. If you knew for absolute certain which were the best 100 selling products in order, you would try to duplicate that success possibly. But for Renderosity, it's in their interest to have a store which caters to a very wide range of interests and a wide range of product types, because it makes it more of a one-stop shop. You know, it's the place that you're most likely to go, whatever it is that you need for Poser or Daz. So telling you precisely how many of each product are sold would not be in their interests. What would happen is you'd get a smaller and smaller market of just the most popular things, and then these kind of offbeat things like this, or this is camouflage for planes. Let's see what else is here. A weird kind of cartoony light bulb thing. Magic portals, which is fairly obscure. Really old-fashioned car. Modular homewares shop for a mall. I mean, I can't imagine that this is selling many copies, despite being in the best selling. I very, very much doubt that. You know, that the number of people who are buying a homewares store product, yeah, 174 views, 5 likes. It's quite a popular vendor, 500,000 views overall. But anyway, you know, if you're trying to work out what to create and you decide that you want to follow the trends, obviously anything female is going to sell better than male stuff, for example. Anything kinky is going to sell better than anything vanilla. Good hair products, I think, usually sell well. You know, just a good sets usually sell well. Let's see about this Middle Eastern town. Oh, sorry guys, it's nearly 1 o'clock. Yeah, 2,451 views. It's obviously sold a few to get 25 likes. The number of people who engage with the product and click likes is a tiny fraction of the number of people who buy. Most people really just want to buy and get out. They're not interested in engaging with the system so much. So you can assume that this number is you know, probably, I don't know, not even 10% of the total number of people who bought this. Certainly not much more than that, I would say. But you know, this set is quite popular. I don't know if all sets are popular. Let's go and see if we can find some more sets and find out. Okay, so we've got a barn here. I'm sure that this has been out. Oh, this is for Daz. I'm sure this has been out for a while. When was it released? 2019. Why is this in the best selling then? 3,500 views, 29 likes. I mean, that, you know, you talk about the likes ratio on a YouTube video, but if you had 29 likes out of 3,500 views, that's a pretty poor engagement ratio. It's a nice product though. I definitely could see multiple situations where I would use that. I might even have bought this for Poser actually. I don't know if he's done it for Poser. Dreamland, absolutely superb content creator. What's this? 4 million views. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 million total views of products. So that is pretty impressive. R Publishing, I guess, is oh right, there's a partner, so it's 2 people, but it's published under the R Publishing name. Anyway, guys, I'm kind of rambling a bit here. So all I'm saying is, if you were looking to create a product, sets do well, female stuff does well, but you can easily research on the Renderosity site to find out the kind of stuff to produce. I think really that other stores such as Daz are not serving you well by not telling you what is selling, because they're forcing you to take all the risk for every single product. They're forcing you to take a gamble on what you think is going to be popular, and this is a rare occasion when I'm going to praise Renderosity over Daz, because Daz is actually trying to help content creators as well as just their own interest. I would argue that it's in content creators' interest to want to sell products that sell a lot of units, because then Renderosity takes a share of each one, about 50%. So they're serving their own interests as well, whereas Daz wants you to just have to try and guess what sells well. I don't know about each strategy which is the best one. But anyway, I'll leave it there, guys, and you have a pleasant day.